in his youth, Utah Jack had explained, which he had outgrown. Recalling his own past, Smoke had said that all Jack needed was a chance to redeem himself. For some reason, that now came back to give her a cold shiver along her spine. She shook it off and turned to their adopted son. "Come on, Bobby. We might as well ride back to the house. We won't see them for 2 months," she added with a sigh. How she would miss her beloved Smoke, she thought, as she brushed a lock of black hair back behind an ear. Bobby wrinkled his freckled pug nose and put words to her thoughts. "I'm going to miss Smoke awfully." His 14-year-old's voice croaked with the awkwardness of change. "I hope nothing happens to them." With Luke and Utah Jack on swing, Pop Walker on drag, Smoke Jensen rode at the front of the trail herd with Jerry Harkness. They headed for Wyoming in a light-hearted mood. Jerry cracked a constant string of Indian and politician jokes. "Did you hear the one about the politician who went out to explain to the Sioux chiefs about the new treaty? He got out here with an interpreter who translated his words. After each sentence had been put in Lakota, the chiefs would grunt and say, 'Umkache.' He told them how they would be restricted to reservations from now on, and again they said, 'Umkache.'" Smoke was surprised that Jerry pronounced the word correctly. "Umkache." "So this goes on until the end, when the chiefs all tapped their open palms with their eagle-wing fans and shouted it 3 times. Then one chief got up and made a short speech. The interpreter told the politician that the chiefs thanked him for his good words and wanted to know if he wished to see some of Sioux life. The politician said that yes, he did. He had always wanted to see a buffalo hunt. It was arranged, and hunters rode out to find the bison while the chief and the politician started walking out on the prairie where the buffalo roamed. All of a sudden, the interpreter reached out and grabbed the politician's arm and stopped him from stepping in a big pile of buffalo bullplop and said, 'Be careful not to step in the Umkache.'" Smoke groaned and held his side. He had heard it before. "Jerry, don't you have anything better to amuse yourself?" "Oh, sure. Did you hear about the Indian, the settler, and the politician who all died and wound up outside the pearly gates?" "Spare me," Smoke wailed in mock agony. 4 days later, 6 pair of eyes watched while the herd crossed the border from Colorado into the Wyoming territory. One of the men in the small party, Yancey Osborne, turned to the others. "That's them, all right. Burke, you ride north and let Hub Boker know they're on the way." Ainsley Burke nodded, then asked, "What are the rest of you going to do?" Osborne pointed to the sleek remounts. "We'll follow along, send back reports on their movement." "Good enough. I'll tell Mr. Boker that." Burke walked his horse away from his companions in order not to draw the attention of the drovers. Once out of earshot, Yancey turned to the others with a nasty grin. "Well, boys, now that we've got Mr. Rulebook out of our hair, I've got me an idea how to pass our time while those nags move north." "What's that?" 2 chorused. Yancey gave them a wide wink. "I know of a nice little stagecoach we can rob." 50 miles northwest, Owen Curtis sat in his saddle, his left leg cocked up around the pommel, eyes fixed on the brown humps of his prize Herefords. He had paid a pretty penny for the first bull and 3 cows that formed the base of his herd. Over the years, he had added new blood, and his stock increased by nature's decree. Although the bevy was still small, Owen modestly counted himself as a rich man. By the lights of many who struggled against the hostilities of Wyoming territory, the severe winter weather, summer drought, and, of course, always the Indians, Curtis was indeed a wealthy, successful man. The rumble of distant hooves drew his attention to the head of the grazing beefs. 3 of his hands kept them in a loose gather, allowing them to move slowly through the grassy meadow, eating their fill, while subtly leading them toward water. 7 riders appeared abruptly over the ridge of the basin, riding hard toward the cattle. Owen